Liz, I'm the baker that sews. Welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. As always, it's really lovely to have you here as I share my sewing journey. So welcome back to my channel. Today's video is one of my Sunday sewing catch-ups, and I'm back with lots and lots of things that I've been busy making, and I've got some pieces of fabric to share with you as well as some of my plans, and there's a couple of new challenges that have come out, so I thought I would talk about those as well. So before I dive into all of the things that I want to share today, I'll let you know what I'm wearing, and I'm actually wearing one of the new things that I have got sewn up, and there's actually a blog post coming out over on the Felicity Fabrics website talking in more detail about this make, so I won't go into too much detail about that, but this is something new that I have made. I've got on a True Bias Nico top in this gorgeous lilac-y purple rib knit fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. It's so cozy and it works really well with the I Am Heather vest, which is also what I'm wearing, made in this soft shell floral fabric from Felicity Fabrics, and then it's got this gorgeous fleece lining on the inside. And then I've put the hood on this version, and then I've got on my Tilly and the Buttons Fia trousers, which I made ages ago. They didn't fit me, I've got a bit of fluff on me, but actually now they do fit me. So I'll stand up so you can see what they look like. Really cozy, actually quite plain kind of garments in terms of the top and the trousers, but that's because I wanted to wear this vest. And I know that this is very bright, and it's got lots of lovely colourful flowers on, and obviously that pink lining that you get the pop of as well. And then I've just got on one of my cute little necklaces. I love this one. It's a happy cloud with the little rainbow glitter strands coming off it as well. Where possible, I'll link any fabric and patterns down below. I'll link where I got this necklace from. I always forget where I got it from, but I'll link it down below. I think I got it from this company, A Up Chuck. If I didn't, I will link the company, but I'm pretty sure I did, because I got this gorgeous tiger necklace from there as well. Well, my husband got me this, such a cute necklace, and I'm pretty sure that's where this one came from as well, because I've got a few pieces from them. I really love wearing these to school. The children absolutely love them, and quite often they'll come and sort of grab them and touch them. And then I've got in some more rainbow earrings from Sapphire Frills, which I absolutely love. So today I have got a bumper roundup of lots of things that I have been busy sewing. So it has been half term. I did have lots of plans to sew up quite a few things over half term. The main thing I wanted to sew up was a Halloween costume for Lola, and I also wanted to sew up a dress for myself using all my scraps as part of the Sew Up Cycle challenge, which was running throughout the month of October on Instagram. So I did get that sewn up, and I did share it over on Instagram. If you follow me, you will already have seen it, but that I think is up there as one of my favorite things that I've ever made. It turned out perfectly, and it was a real joy to sew up as well. But yeah, I have been busy sewing quite a lot of things. I had a few things that I needed to finish, but I've really enjoyed kind of immersing myself in sewing this half term. I didn't put a video out last weekend because I had to put up my Sew Up Cycle challenge video, and I just wanted to enjoy having half term. I didn't want the pressure of filming a video. I've actually decided I think I'm going to just go at the moment while school's been really hectic, and I know that it's still going to continue being really hectic. I've made the decision to go to fortnightly videos for my Sunday catch-ups. If I ever get the chance to film other videos and edit them and get them out to you, then I will, of course, but just to take the pressure off myself a little bit, I'm going to go to fortnightly videos where I'll be able to share lots of different things with you. So I hope that's okay for everybody that enjoys watching my videos, but I just need to take some of the pressure off myself at the moment. I was feeling quite burnt out when it came to the beginning of half term. So I'm still going to enjoy sewing. I'll still share things over on Instagram, but I'm just going to take the pressure off filming and editing because it takes a really long time up until Christmas, and then in the new year I can reevaluate, and hopefully the school year will start to sort of calm down a little bit and I can go back to weekly videos. So let's start with what I have been sewing. So I've already talked about the I Am Heather kind of vest. It's a pattern by I Am Patterns. I've sewn it up before in a really lovely iridescent like pink quilted fabric, and I wear it all the time. So when Felicity Fabrics asked me what I'd like to make for my next blogger make, I saw this gorgeous soft shell fabric, and I knew that I wanted to sew up another I Am Heather vest because I wear my other one all the time in the autumn winter as an extra layering piece, especially over the top of things like this. So what I decided to do, because this soft shell fabric, this is what the fabric looks like on the outside, and then on the inside it's this pink fleece kind of lining, was I still wanted the jacket to feel quite substantial and I wanted it to feel nice and cozy. So I decided to use the fleece side of the fabric as the lining fabric, and then this obviously is the outer. So it is 2 pieces sewn together at the front and 2 pieces sewn together at the back. So it's a fully lined pattern, and if I take it off you'll be able to see you know, all the seams are enclosed. It's fully lined, and then there's a gap at the bottom and you hand stitch the gap closed at the bottom. So that's what it looks like on the outside, and I have gone for the option with the hood, and the hood again is fully lined, and then I've gone for the option with the zip. So if I just zip it up you'll be able to see. I'm actually going to leave it off now because it's actually quite warm wearing it inside. Just fasten it up so you can see what it looks like when it's fastened up. So that's what it looks like with the zip going down the centre front, and I went with a navy zip. And then I went with patch pockets. You can't really see them, but there's some patch pockets there. But you can go for welt pockets with the I Am Heather as well. And then there's also an option to sew a collar. So I'm really pleased with that. Like I said, I've written a blog post for Felicity Fabrics, so head over to their website. I'll share it on Instagram, the link to the blog once it goes live as well, so you can read how I got on with it, and any little tips and tricks I've got for sewing up the I Am Heather. But it's a firm favourite pattern. I really enjoyed sewing it up for the second time, and I know that I'm going to get lots and lots of wear out of it. So the next thing that I've sewn up, these aren't in any particular order, but I've had this beautiful Ruby Star Society fabric from, and I got this from Like So Amazing when Sarah was closing her shop down, so this was really cheap. It's a really fun bright pink cotton poplin fabric. It's got all these gorgeous like gold stars and then the roller skates, and I just fell in love with this. I've had it in my stash not for a really long time, but when Sarah was selling off all her fabrics I bought it and then I put it away and I wasn't sure what to turn it into. But then I signed up to the Matchy Patterns newsletter, and when you sign up to their newsletter you get the free pattern, the Ballet bow dress I think it's called. I'll put a picture in now of what it looks like, and I've wanted to try that for ages. It's a free pattern. They give you instructions how to create the pattern. It's got some really cute details. It's an elasticated waist skirt, doesn't have pockets because down both sides you've got this beautiful feature of bow ties, and then it's slightly opened, so when I wear it the gap starts from sort of say like mid-thigh, and then you decide how gathered you want it to be, and I just wanted to use all of that fabric, so it is very heavily gathered. Like I said, it's got elasticated waistband, and then it's got the bow ties going all the way down, the bows going all the way down, so you've got 3 down that side and 3 down the other side. It was a really fun skirt to sew up, quite straightforward to sew up, and it came together really quickly as well. And I've enjoyed wearing this out already. I think I just wore it with a Nico top actually, just tucked in, and then I've also worn it with one of my jumpers that I got from Vintage. But I think it's a really fun way to use up some cotton that you've got in your stash. And like I said, if you sign up to their newsletter you get the pattern for free as well. So really fun. That was a really enjoyable sew. Last time I filmed a Sunday catch-up, I was in the middle of sewing up my Fibre Mood Avril jacket, and I did manage to get it finished. So I've got the cuffs. I decided not to put there's like a drawstring casing along the bottom. I decided not to do that. In terms of buttons, I've got the hidden button placket. I've just pulled it to one side so you can see the buttons. But I think these buttons came, I think they came in a So Hilly Jane box. They're like a midnight blue, and they've got that kind of pattern on them. And I thought they were perfect actually, because they kind of drew on the navy kind of accents from this gorgeous puffer fabric. It's absolutely beautiful. I've enjoyed wearing this. I love how bright and colourful it is. And then I've also got the sort of, they're almost like patch pockets on the front, which are quite deep as well. I was so desperate to get this sewn up when it came in the Fabric Godmother Dream Wardrobe box, and I've really enjoyed wearing it, and I know that it's going to come in really handy throughout autumn and winter. When I first started sewing it up, the sleeve pattern piece really confused me, so I put it to one side, and I think I was just feeling really tired, because actually when I picked it up in half term it made sense to me. But the sleeve detail is really interesting. If I take it off the hanger, you're probably not going to be able to see, but you have a front pattern piece and a back pattern piece for the sleeve, and the sleeve goes all the way around the back, and then it attaches here down the centre back, and then you've got the same obviously on the other side as well. And that was the bit that that I was left kind of scratching my head a little bit sewing it up, but I think I just needed sleep and I needed to have a break from the pattern, so when I went back to it, it made more sense to me. And I think it's a pattern that I'll definitely go back to and sew up with some other quilted fabric that I've got in my stash as well. On to, I think, my favourite, or one of my favourite things that I have sewn up this, I was going to say this month. Well, it is one of my favourite things that I've sewn up this month, but over the last couple of weeks. It is my Robertson Drafters Grid dress. It's going to be so difficult to show on camera, but it's got these gorgeous sleeves. Obviously on both sides. I finished the sleeves with a narrow elastic. There is an option to do a deeper elastic, and actually if I sewed this dress up again, I would lengthen the sleeves because they're just ever so slightly too cropped for me. I would prefer a little bit more length on my sleeves, so I think I would add an extra panel just to add a little bit more kind of volume to the sleeve, but also to make sure that it finishes where I want it to. Yeah, this is what the front looks like, and I thought really carefully about the placement of the fabric scraps, and then that's what the skirt looks like. And I was really pleased that I was able to use this gorgeous crinkly, I can't remember what they call it, fabric that I got from New Craft House, and I sewed up a skirt with. And then this is what the back looks like, and again I thought really carefully about the placement of the pattern, like the fabrics on the back as well. And I was really pleased that I could use this bright orange, and I was really pleased that I could use this little scrap of yellow fabric that I had from when I sewn up some trousers. But yeah, I thought really carefully about making sure that it was symmetrical, and then I thought really carefully about the fabrics that I wanted down the centre front, and then the sleeves are symmetrical as well, and then you've got a bit of symmetry on the back as well, especially with the sleeves and that back bodice. Not so much on the skirt. I have used the same pattern pieces on the front and the back, but I've just put them in different places on the skirt. Look how much it swishes and moves. I've absolutely loved wearing this. Now, when I first started putting this together, I had originally thought about using the black for the stripes, and then there's little squares. You're probably not going to be able to see, but there's little square pattern pieces here. And I'd originally had some bright pink cotton poplin fabric that I used for those squares. And I sewed up the front bodice piece and tried it on and just laid it across kind of my body, but actually it looked ridiculous because I ended up having two bright pink squares here, and if I hold it up you can imagine where those bright pink squares were, and I just ended up looking really silly. I didn't want bright pink kind of nipple patches, so I ended up taking those off and then going with the black, and I'm really pleased that I've just gone with the black to create the grid effect. I feel like it looks like stained glass windows. I absolutely love how the black just frames those beautiful fabric scraps and just creates these gorgeous little kind of window panels, especially these brighter colours here. I absolutely love them. It's been a really great use of my scraps. Love the shape of the dress. It's absolutely beautiful because all the different pattern pieces are different shapes and they gradually get bigger. I did actually also, where are they? I put pockets in this dress. I've just found them and now I can't find them. Oh yeah, there. So I did put pockets in the dress as well, but the skirt shape is just absolutely beautiful. It kind of goes in at the waist, but then it goes out, and it's just absolutely stunning. Like I said, when I sew this up again, because I definitely want to have a go at sewing it up again, I would add a little bit more length to the sleeve. This is the size 10 to 12, and there's enough room for me. It feels really comfortable. I probably could have gone with the smaller size, but actually I wanted a little bit of room in the bodice. You're supposed to finish it with a zip, but I was too undecided about what colour zip would go because I was using scrap fabric, and obviously I knew that I had that black, so in the end I've gone for a couple of buttons instead, and that meant that I could make sure that these kind of back bodice pieces really matched up as well. So yeah, really enjoyed sewing it up. It's not a pattern for the faint-hearted. I counted and I think there's just under 200 pieces that you sew together to create the dress. It's a brilliant scrap busting project. What I decided to do to think about kind of the layout of the different scrap pieces was I sorted them into different colours. So I had like all my white background scrap pieces, all my yellows and oranges, all my blues and greens, pinks, purples, multicoloured, and anything that had kind of a black tone to it. And then I laid them out in their piles, and then I matched up the pattern pieces to the piles of fabrics so that I could make sure that there was some kind of order to the colour that I was choosing to use. So I've got all like the whites and the pale at the top, and then I went for like the oranges and the yellows, and you can see that on the back as well. I've got the whites, oranges and yellows. Then I went for like the greens, as you can see there, and then I went for like the multicoloured, and then a bit more green, and then the blacks at the bottom. So there was a lot of thought that went into where I was putting the different scrap pieces as well, just to make sure that the colour kind of flowed. And then, like I said, I tried the pink and the black, but I ended up just going with the black, and I'm really pleased that I did. I absolutely love it. I have loved wearing it. I really love the black and how it makes the colours really pop in the dress as well. And I'm definitely going to have a go at sewing up another Drafters Grid dress. Very much a really enjoyable sew. It took me about 3 to 4 days to sew it together, not continuously sewing, but a good, you know, 3-4 hours a day. So it took quite a long time to put the dress together as well, but really, really fun. And I'm really pleased with the finished garment. Something else that I'm really pleased with this week is a dress for Lola. So Lola and I have really enjoyed watching Wednesday on, I think it's on Netflix. We're eagerly anticipating season 2, which is coming out next year. And last year I sewed up a Wednesday themed dress for her, and this year she wanted me to sew up an Enid themed dress. She actually originally wanted the Bianca dress, which I'll put an image in of, but I couldn't find the sequins and I didn't have a pattern in my stash. And Lola tends to come to me a couple of days before she wants to wear a dress or a garment. So in the end, she shared a photo of Enid in a dress, and I'll put an image in now. And we went shopping, got this gorgeous sparkly like lycra stretch fabric, got some gorgeous fluffy kind of trim fabric, and I had a look in my stash to see what pattern I could use, and I've sewn up an Enid inspired dress for Lola, and she loved wearing it on Halloween. You can see it's got all the fur trim on the sleeves, the fur trim on the hem and around the neckband as well. And the pattern that I went for was the Nina Lee South Bank sweater dress. I just widened the collar because it's actually meant to be a bit more fitted, and then I widened the hem as well. It was an absolute pain sewing the trim on. Feathers went everywhere. I ended up having to clean my machine quite a few times because all the feathers were going in underneath. But it was definitely worth it to see how happy she was wearing this out for Halloween. What I had to do for the neckband to make sure that she could get it over her head and be comfortable was actually I ended up making like a little keyhole opening at the back, and then we've just got this trim which is a little bit lengthened, and then I just tied that into a tie bow for her, and she really enjoyed wearing that. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. I think the fabric's absolutely stunning. And we just got this from a local fabric shop near us. And then the trim, so she went for like a white trim around the neck and around the hem, but she wanted a bit more bling on the sleeves. So we've got white kind of feathery trim that's got tinsely bits in for extra added sparkle. So that was a really fun project that I had to go at sewing up this week. The next 2 things that I would like to share with you that I've been sewing up this week are 2 garments that I cut out a while ago using a hot pink viscose linen fabric that I got from Sew Me Sunshine. I'd originally bought this fabric wanting to sew up the Tilly and the Buttons Thea trousers, but changed my mind, and then I came across these 2 patterns on Etsy. They're both by Katie Sews, the Lexi trousers and the Bonnie waistcoat, and I think I've got them in a bundle. I think there's a special bundle where you can get money off. And I've been looking for a waistcoat pattern for absolutely ages. I've asked lots of you to suggest waistcoat patterns. That was really tricky to say. And I saw, like I said, these 2 patterns together, so I bought them and I thought I'd give them a try, and I absolutely loved sewing them up. I thought the instructions were really straightforward. Really love the trousers because they've got flat fronted waistband, they've got pockets, and they've got elastic in the back. They're slightly, well actually they are quite wide legged, but they're not like super wide legged like the McCall's trousers, which I love sewing up. And then I really love the waistcoat, and I've been really wanting to sew up a waistcoat for ages. So here is the waistcoat in this gorgeous, like I said, hot pink linen. And then I've just got some buttons that came in a So Hilly Jane box. Really love the shape of the waistcoat. I'm just going to pop it on actually so you can see. I'm going to be lazy and not undo the buttons. And there's enough room in it for me to be able to get it on. Probably not going to go with what I'm wearing, but it gives you the idea of what it actually looks like. Just rearrange myself. Yeah, I don't think it goes with what I'm wearing currently, but it gives you an idea of what it looks like. And then yeah, you've just got the buttons that go down the front. It's got this really lovely sort of V detail, and then that's replicated on the back as well. Fits really, really nicely. The waistcoat is fully lined, and you can use a different lining fabric if you want to, but I actually just went with the same fabric. Really straightforward pattern to follow. Instructions were brilliant. Really enjoyed sewing that up. And then these are the trousers. So they've got the flat fronted waistband, they've got darts in the front, and then you've also got the pockets, and then you've got elastic in the back, and that just bunches it up at the back. And then they're also wide-legged trousers as well, as you can see. Not as wide-legged as the McCall's pattern that I've been really enjoying sewing up. Yeah, they are quite high-waisted when you put them on, and you'll be able to see that in the pictures. They go really nicely with the waistcoat actually. So yeah, there's the pockets. They are quite wide leg, but not super duper wide legged. And I really like that flat fronted waistband detail, but then the elastic in the back makes it really comfortable as well. So really enjoyed sewing up the trousers as well. They fit really nicely and they feel really comfortable to wear as well. I've got these feathers everywhere now. So another really enjoyable make. And then the final thing that I've been sewing up is a little skirt using some fabric that came alongside my soft shell fabric. So as part of being a Felicity Fabrics blogger, I also got the latest sewing subscription box, which was a lovely autumnal themed subscription box. And in that there were 3 pieces of fabric. So I talked about wanting to use all 3 pieces of fabric together. So I was going to sew up a skirt, sew up some kind of blouse, and then use the jersey for a cardigan. So far I've managed to sew up the skirt, and I just used the Little Pomegranate Sabina skirt pattern, which is a free pattern. It's just an elasticated waist skirt. I didn't have enough of the fabric to put pockets in, but that's fine. And then it's got a really cute little ruffle on the hem as well. This was a linen fabric that came in the box, and then I have got cut out using the cotton poplin pumpkin fabric. I've cut out a sagebrush top, and then the jersey fabric is just here. And it's this gorgeous kind of orangey colour with the gorgeous gold dots. I haven't cut a cardigan pattern out yet because I'm not sure what cardigan pattern to go for. I might go for the Grabber Cuppa cardi because I really love that, and I've sewn that recently and I really like the length of it. The other one I was thinking of was the Marlowe cardigan or the pearl cardigan, so I'm not quite sure what to turn that into. I think if I turned it into the pearl cardigan, because it's a crossover, I wouldn't be able to wear it with the sagebrush top that I'm going to sew up in the pumpkin fabric. So maybe I go for an open cardigan like the Marlowe or the Grabber Cuppa cardi. Let me know in the comments below if you've got an idea of what cardigan pattern I can turn that into. I've got 2 meters of that beautiful fabric. It's quite a lightweight jersey fabric, but I think it'd work really nicely as a cardigan, and then it would go with the skirt, and then the sagebrush top would go really nicely, and then I've got a really lovely autumnal outfit there. I think that I've been busy getting sewn up over the last couple of weeks. Couple of things that I just needed to finish, couple of longer projects and a few quite speedy projects, but lots of things that I've really enjoyed sewing, and I know that I'm going to get lots and lots of wear out of. I think my favourite has to be the Drafters Grid dress and also the dress for Lola. Let me know in the comments below which of the things that I've sewn up recently is your favourite. But yeah, the Drafters Grid dress, there was a lot of time and effort that went into sewing that up, and I'm just really pleased with how that's turned out. And it was really lovely to see how happy and excited Lola was with her Halloween dress as well. So now on to some beautiful fabric that I've been buying. So I've got 3 pieces of fabric from the same fabric shop, and they're all bright and colourful, and I'm very excited about sewing with them. So these 3 fabrics, they're all cotton sweatshirt fabrics. I've got 2 pieces of fabric that are 2.5 meters and 1 piece that is 1.5 meters. So the 3 beautiful fabrics are from Bornella fabrics, and I haven't shopped with them before, but I do follow them, and they're constantly sharing beautiful fabrics, as all the lovely fabric shops are. And these 3 fabrics popped up and I fell in love with all of them. Now I've been looking for the perfect fabric to sew up the Carly dress by Sew Over It, which I bought a while ago. It's a really lovely collared kind of jersey dress, quite fitted, and I wasn't sure what fabric to buy, and then I came across this beautiful green and pink dots fabric from Bornella Fabrics, and I've got 2.5 meters of it. It's a cotton sweatshirting fabric, so it has got the right amount of stretch that I need for that pattern. I think that's what I'm going to do with this fabric. I think I'm going to turn it into the Carly dress. It's got gorgeous sweatshirting feel, like it's all fluffy on the inside. Hopefully that will work out really nicely for that dress. And then I've got the same fabric but in an orange and a purple, and I'm going to turn this into some kind of jumper. I'm not quite sure what pattern yet. I was thinking maybe the Tilly and the Buttons Billy jumper with the gorgeous like voluminous sleeves, because I absolutely love that in a jumper. But if anyone's got suggestions of a different jumper pattern, please let me know in the comments below. I've got 1.5 meters of this, and it's actually quite a wide fabric. I just loved those two colours together, that orange and purple, and pink and green is one of my favourite colour combinations, so I'm really excited about getting that sewn up as well. And then this fabric I thought was quite an unusual fabric in terms of, from a distance it looks like leopard print, but when you look at it close up you can see that it's actually ladies' faces with different hairstyles. It's on green, which will come as no surprise to anyone that's watched my videos for a while, because I love that colour. I'm not sure what I'm going to turn it into yet. Again, it's got that gorgeous sort of fluffy feel to the back of the fabric. And I was thinking of turning it into the True Bias Nico dress, but I wasn't sure if that would be a bit too much in a dress. Then I thought I could turn it into the Tilly and the Buttons Billy sweater dress, but I don't know if I'd reach for it in a sweater dress. So if anyone's got any suggestions of what to turn this into, please let me know. It's such a stunning fabric. I'm really keen to get it sewn up so I can wear it. Please let me know if you've got suggestions of what to turn this beautiful fabric into. It's such a stunning colour. And I just love that it's all ladies' faces. When you get up close you can see. So I've got 2.5 meters of this, so please let me know what pattern you would recommend for that gorgeous fabric as well. And then I've got my Fabric Godmother Dream Wardrobe box, which arrived, and I've opened it but I haven't really taken anything out. Josie has shared on the Fabric Godmother Instagram page what was in this month's box now. But you get a pattern, and I'll talk about the pattern in a second. You get the QR code where you get, when you scan the QR code, you get taken to a link with more information about the Dream Wardrobe box. You get your Gutterman thread, and then this month's gift was a seam unpicker. And this is like an ergonomic one, I think, so it's meant to be more comfortable. I always need seam unpickers. And then the fabric, if I get my notebook so I get this right, it's called the Aurora Viscose Eco Vera Satin, and it's absolutely stunning. This is not a fabric that I would have bought, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's got a really lovely kind of sheen to it, and I think this is going to make a really lovely like evening dress, or a dress to wear to like a party. And I'm thinking obviously there'll be like Christmas parties coming up soon. I'm trying to hold it up so you get an idea of the beautiful sheen. It's absolutely stunning. It's on a black background and it's got these gorgeous red roses all over it. It's not a fabric I would have gone and bought, but I think it's going to make an absolutely beautiful dress, and I am going to use this for the pattern that came in the Dream Wardrobe box. And the pattern is called the Le Palino Cove Slip Dress, and I'll put an image in now of what that slip dress looks like, and I think this is going to work beautifully for a slip dress. If I remember from the instructions, I think it's a bias cut slip dress, and I think this, it just feels like liquid. It's absolutely stunning. The drape and the movement in that fabric is just beautiful. So I'm very excited about getting that cut out and turned into the slip dress, and then hopefully I've got a really lovely party dress to wear as well. So the next two things I was going to talk really briefly about are 2 new sewing challenges that are running throughout the month of November. The first one is by Sew Like Dotty, and this has run for the last couple of years if I remember correctly, and it's a gift to November. So the idea is that you sew up gifts throughout the month of November and share them. Tag Sew Like Dotty and use the hashtag AGTN24. You also need to make sure that you include your country of residence and use the hashtag, as well as making sure that you tag So Like Dotty. This is a really great challenge for sort of kickstarting your kind of gift making in preparation for Christmas or any other celebrations that you might have coming up. And I always really like watching there's always like a vlogger tour, and I always find it really inspiring, and I get lots and lots of ideas about gifts that I can sew up as well. I am terrible at leaving gift sewing until the last minute, so I always try and be a bit more organised, and maybe this is the year that I'm a bit more organised. I'll go and watch all the vloggers that are sharing their ideas for a gift to November and get some inspiration as well. So I am looking forward to taking part in that challenge this month. And then the second challenge that's being run throughout the month of November is being hosted by Stash Hub, and this is in celebration of 2 years of Stash Hub, which I can't quite believe. I use Stash Hub to store lots and lots of my fabrics, and slowly I'm adding my patterns on there too, because I know that I've got so many patterns. It's a really good way of keeping track of what you've actually got. So this challenge is called Sew to Celebrate To, and kind of the premise of it is that on Stash Hub, the most popular fabric, or most common fabric that is kind of saved, is a cotton fabric. So the idea is that we find 2 meter cuts of cotton fabric in our stash and sew them up, and then post our makes over on Instagram, and make sure that you tag Stash Hub, and also use the hashtag, which is Sew To, 2 as in the number 2, Celebrate To. I've got loads of cotton fabrics that I can pull out, and it's a really good kind of push to get those sewn up. So I'm really looking forward to taking part in that challenge as well. So I always like to finish with my kind of sewing plan. So I've got plans to sew up that beautiful jersey fabric. I want to turn it into a cardigan, so please let me know your suggestions down below. I've also cut out a Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress using the kind of under the sea, I think it was a viscose crepe fabric that I bought from Fabric Godmother. Tilly shared her version of the Lyra dress using the same fabric, and it's fabric that I bought as soon as they released it because I loved it, but then I wasn't sure what to turn it into. So I am just going to copy this dress because it's absolutely stunning. I'll put a picture in of Tilly wearing her dress. So I've got that cut out, and hopefully I can chip away at that over the next couple of weeks. And then I've also got my sagebrush top cut out in the cotton poplin pumpkin fabric. I don't know if I've got it here actually. Yeah. So I've got it cut out in that gorgeous pumpkin fabric, so I'm really excited about getting that sewn up so that I can pair it with that skirt and also with the cardigan. And then I've got this jersey fabric that I got from First Fabrics, and I really want to turn it into some cozy joggers and a hoodie. I'm thinking of using the Tilly and the Buttons Stella joggers and the hoodie, because I really love, I've made a couple of sets using both of those patterns, and I really love the hoodie with the hood. And then you've got like the kangaroo pouch pocket as well. It's super cozy. So I want to get that sewn up soon because it's starting to get a little bit chilly. So I haven't got that cut out. I haven't got cardigan cut out either. But I have got the Lyra dress cut out, and I have got the sagebrush top cut out. So hopefully I'll be able to get those sewn up as well. But lots and lots of plans as usual, and I'm sure there'll be lots of other things thrown in along the way as well. But that was everything that I wanted to share with you today. I hope you've enjoyed hearing what I've been getting up to. If you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would really love it if you could hit that subscribe button, because you'll get notified of when I bring out my next video. I will be back in 2 weeks because I'm going to go to fortnightly videos. But thank you as always for watching. Take care, and I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.